Welcome to Tabletop Topics. I'm your host, Jeff.
And of course, Jeff. Guys, if you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes. And of course, we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course, leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. Let's jump right into it.
It's been a minute, man.
When's
the last time we went live?
Last Tuesday.
Was it last Tuesday? No,
Yeah.
We didn't go live last Tuesday.
Yeah, because we were doing rewinds on Thursdays.
We didn't go live last Tuesday.
No,
We
yes.
had a whole week of like
I feel
rain and da-da-da. All right, as much as I've been gassing up Starlink, that's the one. Granted, the benefits are insane. They're seismic.
What's up, Matt? How's it going?
Yo, Matt, what's good, brother? How you doing, man?
He's bakery manager.
Welcome. But yeah, like, aside from the insane benefits, the only thing is the whole rain thing.
Yes, well, it's not raining all this week, too. But,
Right, it's going to be dry. What?
Yes.
What?
Well, we had a lot of technical difficulties starting, so we usually start at 5:30, but we're starting now. But it is what it is. Of course, you guys seen our new logo. We'll have that up for the entire
Spooky season.
The spooky season. October started pretty soon, but of course when we record Tuesdays and Thursdays. And of course, as you can see, my brother has a spider going across his forehead. So that's kind of
Kill it.
So that's kind of another thing too. But no, man. It's Venom month. You know, he's not only on my nerdy Marvel calendar, but he has a video game.
Hey, Matt, much love, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it, man. It kind of is. It's kind of that time of the month, so you know us. We like to get to the nitty gritty, try to discuss certain things about the Halloween season. Of course, like I said, check out our last year's episode, Spooky Season.
It was titled Spooky Season.
Yeah, it was titled Spooky Season. It was one of the good episodes. We had Brooke and Juliana on there talking about why some women are so fascinated with serial killers. So they kind of give us a deep dive into it because we look at it from the male perspective, but they gave it to us from the female perspective. So go ahead and check that out. That's not only on YouTube, but it's also on our listening platforms too. But I know you wanted to bring something up, because I know we're not going to deep dive into like certain things that we want to talk about for this month specifically. But I know you wanted to bring something up about Halloween and how we perceived it as children.
Well, most of that was heavily influenced by like, mom and stuff, But we were deviants.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We were deviant. We're like, to hell with that.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, isn't it almost kind of like symbolic how today we woke up and it's almost like the season is setting in? We woke up with this weird haze.
Yeah,
it's been hazy all day.
We looked at the quality air.
The air quality.
The air quality on Google, and apparently the entire United States.
Not the entire, just Florida.
No, I'm saying the entire United States, including Canada, their air purity was good and ours was shit. So I'm like, they're probably trying to. I was joking around with my brother and saying they're probably trying to assassinate Florida because we're the last stand against the government. There's nothing they can do. We are the ones with guns.
They sent out an emergency request for everyone to turn their fans towards Florida.
Yep, exactly.
Blow all the dirty air towards Florida.
Yep.
What the hell? Yeah, man, because I woke up and I'm like, no, this is kind of weird. Like, how is there still fog at 1:30 p.m.?
And then you found out it wasn't fog. You thought it was smoke, but then you found out it's not even smoke either.
Right, because I didn't smell any smoke. Nothing was burning. Like, there weren't any reports of fire, and I'm just kind of looking at, like, you can't even see the sky.
No, exactly.
It's like this weird orange haze. I don't know. This is like my first time experiencing this.
Hey.
Jimmy!
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Welcome. I know it's been a minute since you've seen us live.
Yes, sir.
Bro. Glad to have you back, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I think that just kind of set the tone. Like, I'm honestly hyped for this year because we got a Friday the 13th.
Yep.
This month and Halloween.
Yeah, and then we got a surprise. We got a surprise for
that's gonna be fun.
Our subscribers on a costume that we're gonna.
We got a one up. We got a one up.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
costume.
yeah.
Last year, it was just like dip the toe in the water.
Yeah,
that was an epic kind of fails, low key kind of.
Well, I mean, Bruce went all out, and
Bruce
of course,
hot dog.
and of course, the guests went all out in their character costumes. But of course, we couldn't get anything.
We got masks that didn't even fit our fat faces,
and it was hot.
And it was hot,
hot
bro.
as shit.
We sounded like freaking Vader with like a fucked up voice box or something.
Exactly. So, so we're definitely gonna go all out this time. We're probably gonna be discussing scary movies, probably. Sure. How they influenced us and all that stuff like that, growing up and all that stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Like,
man.
Based on true stories.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fact or fiction,
Ooh,
beyond belief.
Dude, that show when I was a kid ruined. I don't know, because, like, for me, when it comes to horror, remember how I told you, right? I get scared, but I love the feeling of being scared.
Scared, yes.
Like, it's so weird, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I chase the thrill.
You're an adrenaline junkie.
You know, like, when I'm in danger, that's when I feel.
Because you're like, am I gonna die or am I gonna live?
I don't know. Like,
guys, he's not really black.
Like, I don't know. Like,
black people are afraid of this. This is why we survive. This is why all horror movies are based off of Caucasians, not to be racist or anything like that.
I hate you.
Everyone's like, no, I'm being honest, man. I'm just saying. This is why we when they're like, "No, let's go check it out. Let's go check it out, Johnny."
Bro, why you think there wasn't a black dude in Scooby-Doo, the mystery team, bro? What the fuck? They would have been standing outside the haunted house.
But what I'm
Y'all got me
is,
fucked up.
It's like Johnny's like, "Oh, let's go check it out," and Tyrone's like, "Fuck no, you're on your own. Goodbye."
Tyrone.
This is where we
regardless,
separate.
Tyrone is supposed to die.
This is where we separate. Matter. No, if
Tyrone stayed home,
well,
somehow he'll end up collateral.
One loophole I found was if the Tyrone of the movie dates the white girl, then they die too, like Jason, like Jason X. When he was dating the...
Wait, was that when that motherfucker turned into a Terminator,
yes,
bro?
Freddy versus Jason. In the movie Freddy versus Jason.
Was it Jason X or Freddy versus Jason?
No, it's Freddy versus Jason because it was the black dude with the white girl. They were on the lake dock having sex, and then Jason fucking jumps out the water.
That's crazy.
That nigga came out the water like Jason.
No, Jason was violating motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Jason was violating
motherfuckers. So...
Damn.
But yeah. So I would say that would be the only loophole to see a black person die. But other than that, you'll never catch a nigga.
Well, now you have like movies like Get Out and shit like that, and then of course, what was it? Was it back in 2005 with was it Jason they were fighting or was it Michael Myers when they had Exhibit in the movie or some shit like that? Was it Exhibit that was in the movie?
That was Jason.
That was Jason?
That was the Freddy versus Jason movie. Because they invited it was like a star-studded cast, but it wasn't that. It wasn't.
You know what that reminds me of? The Leprechaun.
Leprechaun 2 in the hood?
Oh,
what's up, my ninja?
What's up, my ninja? No, the Leprechaun was different. Yeah. But it's shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, horror movie. One thing that will always, I don't know, zombies, bro.
Which one? The Walking or
all
the
of
Running?
All of them. That's just you know what I'm afraid of? Not the actual zombies. It's how much of a chore it's going to be
to survive.
To survive, bro.
To survive, yeah. No,
like,
I feel it.
Like I don't mind, like killing zombies and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's just gonna be draining. Like, man, I gotta get up and
it's like perfect example was The Walking Dead. Every time he saw Rick Grimes, he was just tired.
He's tired.
He's like, man, I'm done.
Like we gotta keep moving, set up camp, and then someone accidentally
a human being is evil, invades camp. Zombies come in. We gotta leave again. We lose a couple people.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's what you should be afraid of. The people.
It's the people that are dangerous.
It's always the people.
Now, if the zombies run like I Am Legend or World War Z,
those were unholy demigods. What the hell? You call that a zombie, man? That was not a zombie. Nah.
So if you get those, then you're fucked. You might as well just. I mean, unless it's like 28 weeks later when they can swim.
when bro got on that boat thinking, oh yeah, I got away. Wait, he ditched his wife and kid, right?
Yes. He ditched the wife and kid. He got on the boat. He started rowing. He's like, oh. And then they started swimming. And you're like, nah.
Michael Phelps, bro. Olympians.
Yep.
Because you know, with like zombies, you're essentially dead, so the virus has 100% access to your muscles.
He said Deep Blue Sea calling it a horror movie.
Deep Blue Sea calling it a horror movie? What is that? Is that a movie?
I would have to check it out. You gotta elaborate on that.
Yeah, man. What's that about? What's Deep Blue Sea?
Give us a.
Because I know underwater horror is pretty scary too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Underwater horror, cosmic horror. I love cosmic horror
because you can't control.
You can't. You in space, bro. Good luck.
Unless you're.
Good luck.
Unless you're a cosmic being, you're dying.
Good. Come on, bro. No. Good luck. What was it? Dead Space. That was one game you never ended up playing.
No, I watched my buddy Leo play, but I would never play that game.
It's horrifying.
Fuck that game. He couldn't even play it in the dark. It was
really?
that. Yes.
It was a scary game. When are they gonna remaster?
They already did.
They did, didn't they? And then they have that new one that's dropping that's pretty similar to it.
Yes, sir.
Or something like that.
Yep.
Man,
nope.
Woo. That and Bloodborne. Bloodborne's also.
Nope. Fuck that game too. I gave it to somebody.
A good horror.
I gave it to Skylar because I couldn't finish it.
Did he end up playing it?
I don't know. It probably still sitting on
Collected
the shelf.
dust. Collected dust.
It was only $9, and that was like back in the day before inflation.
Right, and that was before like the game actually got pretty good because I remember
I think I was just pissed because I didn't know how to play the game, but then I found out it was the trigger controllers, just
it's like Ninja Gaiden
or God of War.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. God of War, it's all the trigger controllers, and I didn't know that with Bloodborne. So every time I was hitting the buttons, nothing was happening.
It was a PlayStation thing.
Exactly.
PlayStation was obsessed with using
I wasn't
the
used
triggers.
to PlayStation.
Right. So. I feel that, man.
Yeah.
But speaking of horror shit, bro, like, is there anything that's ever happened to you in the past, like, that made you question, like, if there was evil activity?
Well, when you reminded me about, you said Billy, right? His name was Billy.
Billy, yeah, the Immokalee folklore.
So we lived in the village, in Immokalee, and there was this folklore because there was a shortcut in the D section where we would go into the woods so we can get to school faster, or if we wanted to get to the C to get to the B section so we can get to the store. But then we're hearing this folklore about there being a kid named Billy that lives in the woods that's killed people, comes out at night. Jeff, I swear to God, I could not do it. Because there was nights where I would have like a music concert or something like that. Mom would be at work, of course. Wouldn't be able to
and you had to walk home
from the bridge.
Right.
From the bridge.
And all they had was them yellow street lights that would just light up.
Yes, sir. And then in my mind, I'm like, man, I don't want to walk the long way home because there's a super dark.
Right. Going from the transition from the C to the D section, right next to the RCMA, there's this huge patch, and dark. It's just trees on both sides.
All you hear is shuffling,
and it's pitch black.
It's pitch black. Bro. You hear it shuffling. So me as a 10, 11 year old, me as a 7-year-old kid, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Said, this isn't your average everyday darkness. This is advanced darkness. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yo, shit. Like, I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. So it's like, it's either run through the pitch black or go through the woods. I chose the pitch black.
Bro,
man.
ran.
I didn't want. When you hear a story of motherfuckers killing people in the woods, I'm not the one to die.
Oh, no, that shit was scary.
I'm not the one to die.
That was sketchy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I heard stories about Billy everywhere, man. Everywhere that he burned his family trailer. Like, he lived in the woods or something like that. Lived in a trailer. Burned his whole family alive. And he would essentially just kidnap kids.
And start killing them.
Right. Because you remember we used to play Manhunt.
Because we met Billy and he wasn't mentally there.
Right.
But we assumed the stories that they were telling us were true because we were kids.
Right.
So to us, Billy was the psychopath.
Right.
But he was just a normal kid. Or a normal adult.
Normal adult.
Yeah. But for us, it was like, as kids, we believed it. So when other people, like...
You think the parents told the kids that shit?
Why would they do that though?
Cause come on, bro. You know how it was. Hey, let's tell a weird story about this person in the neighborhood, so all the kids avoid them, because we think they're weird.
Were they making fun of Billy? That's my question.
I don't know. Based on an underwater. So Matt responded. Deep Blue Sea. Based on an underwater research facility with genetically engineered sharks killing everyone.
Nah, I wouldn't be there.
J survives. Oh, that's fire. Oh, same thing with Anaconda.
Oh yeah,
with Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Oh man,
Ice Cube's like, if you're gonna put me in this movie, you gotta make me survive. I don't want to be the token black guy that dies in the film. Okay.
Wait, what was the final line he said before he blew the fucking python? The anaconda out the. He had like a one-liner, bro. I remember when I was a kid, I would never stop saying that shit over and over and over again. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll check that out.
Yeah, we'll definitely check
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
When did that movie come out? Because LL Cool J acting, that's.
Well, he does. What does he does? He does like a crime show.
Well, I know now, but like when he was in movies and shit like that, like back in the day, like probably what, mid-2000s, Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea came out in 1999.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. And they came out with a Deep Blue Sea 2, which was 2018, and a Deep Blue Sea 3, which was 2020.
So this is essentially the pre Meg,
basically,
Jaws,
Meg.
So post Jaws, pre Meg.
Yes, basically.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
No, but we'll definitely check that movie. I know you always give out good recommendations. But no, man. Essentially, I think I don't see the parents doing that. It doesn't make sense for them to do something like that.
Think so?
But
you gotta remember, no one's really even. Okay, think about it, right? You are at an age that your parents were, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right? Uh-huh. So to put in your head and think, oh man, parents are responsible. They would never do childish shit like that. Well, you're okay then.
Yeah, but I think
right?
differently.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, people always think, oh man, when we're kids, adults are infallible. They can never make mistakes. They've lived a long time.
Yeah, but adults actually.
Come on, bro. Adults gossip. They talk shit. They spread rumors. Come on, man. Let's be serious.
My thing is, I think us as millennials are super different from the Gen X and boomers, man.
Cause we seen it all, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So I think we're stuck as children, but are adults. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look at the room we're sitting in. You see what I'm saying?
True. Well, yeah, because that's the only part of our lives that was legitimate.
Yeah, exactly.
So we
and that's what we grew up with. Yeah.
We carry that with us to comfort us. It's our safety blanket and this bullshit.
No, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's why 90s kids or millennials are just insanely nostalgic. Because we grew up in a period of what you would consider
nostalgia,
peace. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. None of the bullshit.
We really didn't start. The world didn't really start changing until after 9/11, when America got crazy and just said, "Fuck it, we about to punish everybody."
Listen to everybody's views
for no reason.
Yep. No,
for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So of course they instilled fear in everyone and this whole happy-go-lucky.
Well, even till this day, like this, the Gen Z generation that didn't grow up. Were being born at that time or not even aware of what was going on, don't even care that you're an Arab wearing a hijab in school or anything like that. It's our generation.
We actually grew up where like they was targeting.
Yeah, they were targeting
brown people.
Yeah, they were targeting brown people and all that stuff like that.
And stuff like that. So it was just like it was crazy. Crazy stuff, man. But 90s, you're thinking about, oh yeah, I could stay out till the sun goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, before the street light comes on. But if you're a badass kid,
this is what we would do. We'd be like, "Mom, what time are you coming home?"
Oh yeah.
And she'd be like, coming home there," and then we'd be like, what time is it?
We start booking it. Run behind all the neighbors' houses, cut through yards and shit, hop fences. We wouldn't hop in the fence. We were falling over fences because we couldn't hop for shit. What?
My fat ass.
I wasn't hopping shit. I was rolling over, 1 foot over. Pants gets caught in it. Bro, I went through like 8 pairs of pants a week.
Me and gravity aren't friends. Let's just say that.
No, shit. Man.
Yeah, man.
But Speaking of spooky stories, I remember the first time when we moved to Lehigh back in like '07 and stuff, and we first moved into the house, and I honestly think it was those paintings that Mom had. Those were some weird, creepy paintings.
See, and this is what I love about cats and how they're connected to the other side and shit like that. We just
they can see shit. They can sense shit.
So what did we do? We just put the paintings in the garage and say, "Have at it, have at it."
They destroyed that.
Oh
thing,
fuck
bro.
yes!
But I remember we used to store them in the storage closet across from the pantry, and I remember when Kit Kat was younger. Every time he'd walk by it, he would just hiss at it.
I mean, do you want to talk about the backstory of those paintings, or are you?
Yeah, go ahead. Come on, man. This shit's spooky. This is real life.
Okay, so
this is real life, man.
So how far back do you want me to go? You want me to go to the village back?
As far back as you can.
Back
that thing cursed us.
Before those time began.
Haunted us, bro. They haunted us for decades.
If I'm being honest, I never recognized the paintings until I just looked up and then asked Mom where did they come from. Because there was one that was in between the kitchen and the living room.
Yeah, it was in the transition area leading from the kitchen to the living area.
And then the other one was on the back.
Was over my mother's headboard in her bedroom.
And then we never asked. So when we finally did ask her, she said our father gave it to her. And then we asked her why do they sit up and all that stuff like that. Then did she tell us the lore?
She said they were the spirits of two women that he loved, and he had them painted to watch over our mom and the family. And I was like,
yes. So apparently these paintings were cursed, and my mom believing what she believed in, especially in her culture, and I fucking believe it too because I don't feel like dying.
What was the movie we watched where he was interrogating a demon or something like that? where he had to believe where he was going to sign the death papers.
Right. Okay, I know what you're talking about. It's the one that they shadow banned because they didn't want people to listen to it. But no, so basically that's what he said. He basically took apparently the souls of the two females that he loved back in the day are sealed in this painting, and they're there to watch our mom to make sure she doesn't see any other guy, sleep with any other guy, or start dating any other guy. So it's like you're mine and nobody else's. And we're like, what?
Bro, and when we say watch, bro, go ahead.
And then that's when, after she told us that, we realized that the painting's eyes
would follow.
Jeez, and that was fucking weird.
That shit tweaked me the fuck out, bro.
See, the rule of thumb to surviving as a Negro is to follow the rules.
Tell you, bro.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I tell you, bro, every waking moment of my life, I never wanted to be the first one to wake up. Bro,
because you'd open that because our door was
our door because we had bunk beds.
Yeah,
and I would sleep on the top bunk, right? Oh my god!
I remember,
man.
The door was left open,
and I don't know, because I would close the door periodically on purpose. And I don't know if it was when you would go to the restroom or if Mom would come in and check on us. Someone would always leave the door open a crack. So I would wake up, and I could see.
See, this is where you're supposed to have the
dog. I would wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, something. I'm just kind of shuffling through bed, or I gotta get up and go pee or something. But I would wake up because I'd see the light from the hallway beaming through the crack, and I'd open my eyes. And the first thing, I don't know what it was, my eyes were drawn to the crack. I could see the eyes of the painting staring straight at me. And when I tell you, I would get these chills that would go through my body every single time I'd walk by those paintings. Because, like, if you really challenged the painting and tried to have a stare off, you'd notice the eyes.
It'd move.
The eyes would follow you.
It'd move.
And, of course, we always experience those random apparitions, like we'd be brushing our teeth and you'd see that shadow run by.
Every time
you're watching TV, shadow runs by. You know what I'm saying? You'd hear a loud thud in the attic, every single other day. Yeah,
I remember that.
You'd always hear this loud thud, and people were like, "Oh no, the foundation's settling." Man, come on, bro.
No, it's not.
Like, what are we even talking about? It'd be the loudest thud ever. Like someone would take a pick with a mallet and just smack it. Yeah, just one time, and it was just, I don't know, it was just some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah. Pulling some insidious stuff.
It was some crazy shit, man. And wherever we went, those paintings came with us, and like the creepiest
because
shit happened.
The thing was, she couldn't throw them away. He said you can't throw them away because then the paintings would kill you.
Word.
And that's the fear he instilled in her, which is why she kept the paintings everywhere we went.
Right.
But us finally hitting East LA or Lehigh Acres, we figured that cats are more connected to the other side, as crazy as that sounds to people who are like non-believers and stuff like that. Cats are more connected to the other side and closer to hell and all that shit like that. They can detect, like the sixth sense that every animal, every single animal has. So what we said was, because she had the paintings inside, we're like, let's just put them in the garage.
Right.
So we put the paintings in the garage, and we noticed the first painting, the cat scratched the shit out of it.
They tore it.
it. So
because even before we put it in the garage, it was in that storage closet across from the pantry.
Yes.
And every time the cats would walk by,
they would hiss.
Or
stare.
They would just stare and then just start hissing.
Because even our sisters would be like, "What are they staring at?"
Right.
They would just stand there, stare, and hiss. And then that's when we realized the paintings were in there.
Right.
So we're like, all right, let's put both of them in the garage. One was up, like, on the chair, and then one was...
And we faced them the other way.
Other way, and one was leaning up against the wall. And remember, at that point, I was saying, well, why doesn't she just throw them away? And she's like, no, Jeff, don't do that, because this is this and this and that and this. And I didn't know that part, because remember, I had moved out by then. And then we just left one in the garage facing the other way. Came in about 6 months later when we were cleaning up the garage, or when the garage was already cleaned. This was done.
Right.
It was scratched, so we threw that one away, and we're like,
not even just scratched. It was tore the fuck up. It was tore up.
Yeah, exactly. So
they destroyed.
So what we said was, we're gonna do the same thing, because we understood how cats are connected. Like I said, it's connected to the spiritual realm, whatever you believe in. Same thing with demons. Like when we were watching Constantine, how did he get to hell? He looked into the eyes of a cat, and his soul was directly connected to that. So we kind of figured that was it. So we're like, all right, the only person that can break this crazy, shadowy, people running by us curse is that. Because even when we were in Sanders Pine, it was the same thing.
It was the same thing. Shadows
running.
You'd see, because we lived on the second floor.
Yes.
So like there was a patio that led into the house, and like every night the street light would shine through the curtains, and you could kind of see the silhouette of the patio and the screen through the curtains. And like every other day you would see a shadow run by on the patio on the front door.
Yep.
And it was just like, I don't know, man, it was just weird shit happened. And I think a lot of it culminated when we moved here, where random shit just started breaking in the house.
Yep.
I remember we were sitting down, we were watching a movie with the family, and we heard, it was like someone took a sledgehammer to the cinder block outside.
Yeah.
And we heard something go
bam. Or when our younger sister Julie was about to go out the kitchen and into her room, she's like, guys, something just passed by. I said, no. I said, I ain't listening to that.
Yeah.
Or when we were sleeping in our room, and you said you woke up at night and you said, Jeff, stop touching my feet.
Word.
And I'm like, I'm not touching your feet. You're like, Jeff, stop fucking playing. I'm not joking. Stop touching my feet. I'm like, dude, I'm not touching my feet. And I said, you better stop fucking keep talking about it. I said, you better put that covers over your goddamn head, and then we're going to go back to fucking sleep, because I ain't messing with this shit.
Jeff's like, I'm going to ignore you.
Yup. Because it's at your feet, and my head is right near your feet. You don't fuck with that shit, man. Why are you playing? Why are you... No.
Why are we acknowledging?
Why are we acknowledging this?
Like,
we're not...
Like, what do you want me to do?
Why do you think us colored folks survived this long?
It just... What was it?
What's in the anime?
No. It was a Wayne production. Remember when they did that one movie where they made fun of... No, it wasn't a scary movie. It was.
I
don't give a fuck, Keisha.
What do you call it? They made 5 movies.
It was like Paranormal something.
Paranormal Activities.
But like, it was a parody of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they just kept ignoring the poltergeist that was in the house. But yeah, man, and I think like the weirdest thing that happened, I'd say like took the cake out of all those situations with those paintings was I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. Yeah, it was when we had just moved there. And I was in 6th or 7th grade, and we had went to bed for the weekend. And you know, I kind of fell asleep. I wasn't like deep sleep, but I kind of fell asleep. And then I heard, it was around, I think 3:30 a.m. or something like that, 3:30 to 4 a.m. I heard the doorknob to our room open up.
Nope.
And all of a sudden, like, I kind of peeped my eye. You know what I'm saying? I kind of
like when you do the movie.
Like, yeah, I do the one eye thing.
You're like,
and then I see Julie standing in front of the door. I see our younger sister standing in front of the door. And then
I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember
and
this.
I'm like, Julie, what do you want? She doesn't say anything. And then so she walks into the room, and I'm like, okay, she's just probably here to bug me or being weird. And then she just sits at the corner of my bed. And she just sits there. And I'm like trying to talk to her. And she's saying absolutely nothing. And she just sits there in silence. And just sits there. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, she's not bothering me. You know what I'm saying?
You knew what it was, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, fuck this.
That nigga's like, I know what it is.
I'm like...
And it did not respond, so I will leave
it
alone.
Yeah, let me, you know, I don't need a response anymore.
Julie, thank you for your sacrifice.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. So I go to sleep.
Oh, man.
I wake up the next morning. It's Saturday, and I'm like, Julie, what the fuck was that? Why were you being weird? And she's like, she was gone when I woke up.
Yeah.
She was sleeping in her room.
Nope.
I was like, Julie, what was that? Like, that was weird as hell. She's like, what did I do? And I was like, you just came to my room in the middle of the night and just sat on my bed and said nothing to me. She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, all right, then we don't need to talk about this anymore. That was it.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I would say the guide to surviving, you know, not saying that minorities don't see shit like that. It's just we're good at pretending it doesn't exist, or we ignore it. We don't acknowledge it because we don't want to die. You know, it's out of our control.
But sometimes, like in real horror,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
It doesn't.
But again, we would never be in that situation.
Right. How do you know? How do you know? You never know.
That's like I said to you, when we travel, we're going to areas where there's plenty of fields away from dead haunted houses.
You said fields. There's hella bodies in fields, sir.
Well, you know, I'm talking about overseas.
How many wars happened over there, Joe?
Yeah, no.
Most of the world wars happened.
Everything that we
There's
do.
Hella haunted shit.
Everything that we do. We're not going to leave at sundown. We're going to leave 4 hours before sundown so we can make it into
What if
town.
we go to a rural area? What if we need to make a stop?
Nope, we ain't stopping.
Stop at a cabin.
Nope.
A hostel.
Nope. Oh, you guys are American? How much were Americans worth?
No, I'm dead.
Like $50,000?
That's crazy.
So
stop
in the film, no, because in the film Hostel, where you get to torture Americans or Chinese or Arabs or all that shit like that, there was a certain price. And it was funny because the guy from the film completely lost his accent, completely lost this and that, and then he's like, I'm not American, and he's like, no, you American. He's like, I'm not American. So he started speaking Arab, and he's like, oh shit, we fucked up. Now we gotta kill him anyways. And he's like, nah, I ain't doing this shit. I'm killing everybody.
That's tough.
So basically, Hostel is a film where you get to pay to torture certain races from certain countries, and Americans were worth the most. So it's like,
is that the ultimate form of racist horror?
I bet. Yeah, I guess.
I feel that.
Because they came out with Hostel too, but I think the first one was way better.
Yeah, it's actually kind of scary. Like, they auction you based off of your race.
Well, that's why...
to die. Like, to go, like, murder
That's
you,
why I always say, if we do go... When we do go overseas, because... we finally got our passports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it finally came in, so we're set to explore the world. But when we do, we need guides that speak English and the language and understand where to go and where not to go, so we can be safe. Because they said the best thing that you can do is find a good guide.
What about Google?
No.
Why not Google?
Google ain't safe.
Google could be my guide. Google would take me.
No. Unless we got Elon Musk cell phones, we're dying.
Oh, man, go to Google Maps, closest lodging. How about this abandoned shed in this field right here? It's got 10 5-star reviews.
Yep,
oh, man.
Exactly. Only a couple dozen people murdered
the
here.
The stay is to die for.
To die for, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So there's nothing wrong with using Google, but I would also want a guide too.
I feel that.
Especially if we go to a specific country. I would rather pay somebody to guide us and show us the good areas, where not to go, places to avoid, places that we can enjoy, all that stuff like that, than to just go in being like, oh, let's travel, let's figure it out ourselves.
I feel that.
Because then we're going to be constantly on alert, constantly unaware of the situation. We don't know if going down here is good. We don't know if going down there is bad. And it's like, we're going to be more focused on that than in actually enjoying the trip.
I feel that, but I've always been prepared to just, like...
If we die, we die.
Yeah.
I get that. No, I get that.
You know,
but if our chances of survival...
I'm going to make it difficult for you.
If our chances of survival are likely greater, I'd rather take that than actually say, fuck it. We'll figure it out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just my model. That's just how I see it. So I just want to be in a comfortable mindset where I don't have to cut, because we are aware of our situations all the time because of the paranoia of living in the United States. But then now we're going to a foreign land where
you don't speak the language.
We don't speak the language. If Google's not working now, even though our things cover
why
over
don't
there,
we just speak Creole? Make it seem like we doing some voodoo on that shit, bro.
Yeah. Mba comprendre. So abdim la.
Bruce. Oh, he's having a nightmare. Speaking of spooky, Bruce is tweaking. Give him a little love tap right on the head. I just beep. It's okay, bro.
Nah, it's good, Bruce. It's good. He's potato. He's potatoing on. Yeah, he's awake now. He's awake. He's potatoing on the floor right now.
It's probably because he heard his name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Wow, that man was really having a nightmare.
Yeah.
on live, bro. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
But besides that though, yeah. Thank God for the cats. Thank you for getting all 3 of those cats. Because
don't thank me. Thank Julie.
Yeah, thank Julie for getting all 3 of those cats.
And then that's when she really started getting the whole burning sage and like.
Yeah, and I started
you too.
And I started doing that too, like because I really don't want to fuck with that. Like I juju this place once a week just to make sure we're good. Because even though if people tend to believe in what they see, I'm the one that's like, nah, I've experienced it. I don't
like. There's no like. It's hard to believe that anybody in this world does not believe there's
some type
negative entities. Like even in just energy, right? Like you could just feel a shift in, your space, your environment. That's like, hey, something bad's about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Even that gut feeling.
Oh yeah, for sure. So for me, I just try to do that regardless of whoever believes it or not. But no, man, that's just one of the stories that was a good one about Billy, and then of course the paintings, because that was very creepy.
It's creepy, bro.
That was very creepy.
But, creepy shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do know there's like a whole bunch of other incidences, but we'll save that for later on.
Yeah. We can do that for Thursday's show.
We'll save that for later.
Yeah, because I know that there's like I said, Thursday we'll probably be covering the Halloween as a child, as an adult, and how it changed. Because I know our mom raised us to Halloween is a devilish holiday. The devil made me do it.
She said,
Satan.
What?
The power of Christ compels you.
And then, she'd peddle that whole, there's razors and poison in the candy.
And
we're just stuffing our faces.
And our teachers peddled that too with the book. And they put these giant...
There's a naked man in a trench coat handing you razors and candy. That was their go-to, bro. That was their go-to, bro. They loved that shit.
Man, that was nuts.
They love that shit.
No, that was amazing.
But that's the thing, like everything. But that's how you learn, though, through fear.
Yes.
Through fear.
How do you overcome fear? By embracing it. A lot of people don't realize that. They think that, I'm not scared. No, you need to be scared.
You have to be scared.
Because if you're not scared, then you're stupid.
You're an idiot. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
I'm not scared. Okay. Then you cannot gauge the severity or the danger of the situation.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up dying.
Yeah. It's like when I was taking Bruce out once, and I heard something in the woods, and he ran towards it. And keep in mind...
Bye, Bruce! We're getting... It was nice knowing you, Bruce.
Just like, nah, I'm good.
Oh,
so
man.
No, but I just happened to have my marine knife on me, and when I heard the noise and I see him running towards it, and I had the flashlight, I couldn't see what it was, but I just grabbed.
You see how that's a bad idea? When you flash your flashlight at something you can't see, but it can see you.
That's true. But
you know what I'm saying?
For me, it was just for visual. So I can see what it was, if it was coming towards Bruce or not. But I basically...
So you could get a head start?
Basically, yes. So nigga, you ain't taking this seriously. Just like you're going to die. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to die, but I'm going to protect the fucking dog. So I went running towards where Bruce was at. I'm like, Bruce, get back here. He's like, run, run, run. I'm like, God damn it, you son of a bitch. We going to die because of your stupidity. So I'm sitting there running with the knife in my hand. And then, of course, whatever was in the woods ran. And then Bruce...
Really?
Yeah. And then
what if it was a crackhead, man?
Hey, Could
have been a crackhead. Because you remember... Before I moved out, there was crackheads that were living in the neighbor's house that was being built at the time. They would just squat in that, and every day you'd find like crack pipes and shit.
Holy shit, that's nuts.
Yeah, you see crackheads out there and shit.
Dios mío.
Yeah, it was weird until they finally called the.
No, but I'll die for this dog. But it's like we can avoid dying. We can avoid dying.
Right.
So
it was kind of like I started watching like these psychological things, right? Where it's like the baby dilemma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where people can't expand their imaginations in terms of like certain situations, dire situations. Where it's like, okay, you're in a zombie apocalypse, right? The zombies are closing in, but they're sensitive to sound. Mm-hmm. Your baby starts crying. What do you do?
And that's the dilemma,
right?
Where it's either you put your mouth over the baby or you kill it. But it's like, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Then weren't they saying something about there's no wrong answer?
It's like there's
no right answer.
Well, it depends on where you're coming from.
Yeah, but then I gave you the example of what's the name of that film? A Quiet Place, where they had that dilemma.
Oh, they would just drug the baby.
They just gave the baby sleeping gas.
Yep, they just
drug. So every time the baby cried, they gave the baby sleeping gas.
That's tough. Yeah. That baby ain't gonna have no childhood memories.
No,
I just remember being in a dream state.
But then we learned that the creatures from A Quiet Place couldn't swim, so that's why people on the island that they were in the second film were safe.
Really?
Yes. The only reason why they were able to make it was because one of
Wait, those weird monster things can't swim?
They can't swim.
How did they get there? How did they get on?
Boats. They started tracking across the boats. They jumped across the boats. Because one of them snuck on the boats, killed everybody, and then it floated to the island. Then it was on the island. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, sir. Well, you got any final thoughts, sir?
Do I have any final thoughts?
Yeah.
No, sir.
We'll have spooky sounds on Thursday.
Yeah, we're kicking off spooky season.
Especially the Evil Left. Yeah.
You guys are going to like what we got in store later on this month.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Man, October's a fat month, and Halloween is the last fucking day, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's like we have...
on a Tuesday.
Yeah, all the time just to do spooky shit. I love that.
Yeah. So that was just one aspect of our childhood leading up to where we are today with the paintings. And to be honest, I don't see the shadows anymore.
Yeah, I stopped seeing them.
Yeah, so so it was like the two shadows.
Whatever evil was there has been
dissipated.
You know what I'm saying? Word.
What it is? What's going on, Vic?
Damn, Vic, you late, bro.
Yeah, you late. You got to backtrack. We're like 45 minutes in.
We about to clock out.
Yeah, I worked.
We about to clock out, Vic. Oh man, I'm glad you stopping by, bro. What's up?
No, man. So no, yeah, man. That's just an aspect of our childhood. We're like I said, Thursday we'll talk about something else, and of course we'll have spooky sounds for the soundboard because I know we have the basic.
I just might record myself making spooky noises. Woo!
Bruce.
his indoor bark or his what is that? Like his bark dream or whatever his
bark
dream.
Yeah. They said when their legs are moving, they're chasing something. When they're barking, that means they're barking at somebody. Yeah.
All the time, bro.
Yeah, I feel it.
I love that dog, man.
I feel it.
I love that dog.
But yeah, man. Any final thoughts before we
I feel you, Vic.
Yeah, man, bro. I feel you. We know that you're grinding.
Congrats, man. Yeah. You grinding. I see you growing, dude. I'm proud of you, man. Keep that shit up, bro.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Just don't forget about us when you become big.
Yeah, absolutely. Just be like, yeah, remember when you gave me that when I gave you that bottle of water? You were really thirsty that time.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah. Shit, we'll do that.
Oh man. All right, brother. Take us home.
All right, guys. Thank you again. This is just the beginning, but thank you again for joining us on our spooky month at the tabletop. If you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. Yes, so if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining us at the table. You guys have a good night, weekend, evening, and day, and we'll see you on Thursday.
See you. Oh, Vic said, final thoughts are vote for me for president.
This man.
All right, Vic, 2097.
Yep. You got my vote.
You got my vote, 2097. Can't wait.
Get beyond the grave, man. You got my vote.
Yep, we got my vote.
You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Peace.